What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Taurean Rain Reloaded channel. If you are new, please make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and have your notifications set to all so you can be notified whenever I upload a new video or go live. Also, be sure to like, comment, and share the content on your various social media platforms. So today we are going to be talking about the breaking news that occurred in Tulsa, Oklahoma on June 1st, 2022. There was a mass shooting that occurred at a medical facility in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where 4 people lost their lives, including, 5 if you include the gunman. And the person that you see in the picture right here is the identified shooter in that particular incident, and his name is Michelet. They say Michelet Lewis, but it says Michael Lewis. So I'm not sure if that's a typo. Which name is actually, I'm gonna just put Michael Lewis into the title. Yes, and this is him right here. No need to adjust your screen. It is what it is. And I'm gonna actually talk about that a little bit later in the commentary, because it's something that I saw on Twitter when I posted about this and the response that it got from certain individuals. And it's just going to pretty much talk about their BS as usual. I think y'all can pretty much guess who I'm talking about. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and read this article that's coming from the blackwallstreettimes.com. It was posted June 2nd, 2022. A niece of the Tulsa mass shooter who killed 4 people before turning the gun on himself at a medical building near St. Francis Hospital on Wednesday evening has been identified as Michael Lewis, a 45-year-old black man from Muskogee, Oklahoma. He also goes by Michelet Lewis, according to a Muskogee law enforcement official. So he goes by 2 names, unless one of them is a middle name. In a conversation with the Daily Beast, the niece, who asked not to be identified, said her uncle left a note explaining the motive for the Tulsa shooting, in which 5 people were killed, including the shooter, and several more injured. Yet she said officials have not released the details of the note to her. Tulsa police called me and verified that it's my uncle. She texted Thursday morning, and we are so distraught. A Muskogee law enforcement official verified the man's identity as Michael Lewis, according to the Daily Beast. Though the news outlet said Muscogee's police chief and Tulsa police have not responded to requests for comment on his identity. And this is, in addition, public records list Lewis as a resident of a home in Muskogee that Tulsa police asked local cops to search for a possible bomb on Wednesday night, saying it was related to the hospital incident. It's just so shocking. Like, if he had killed himself, okay, but those innocent people, that's what I'm hurting about, Lewis's niece said about the Tulsa shooting. This is really crazy. Like, this is shocking. No one in our family, like nobody in our family, has this type of behavior. No one, the niece had said. The shooter entered the Natalie Medical Building at St. Francis looking for a Dr. Phillips, according to City Councilor Jamie Fowler. He then began shooting people on the 2nd floor. There's also an excerpt in here that says Tulsa shooting at St. Francis, Oklahoma has no red flag, cool off period laws as gun purchase on same day of shooting killed 5. So this guy bought the gun that he used in the shooting on the same exact day that he committed the actual shooting itself. Sorry about that, y'all. Call came in. But anyway, he bought this gun on the same exact day that he committed the shooting. This was not a gun that he purchased in advance and did what he did. He bought it the same day and went and committed the act the same exact day. Like, he was determined. And he had a target. And they mentioned who the target was. They said a Dr. Phillips. It says, notably, it is legal to open carry a rifle in Oklahoma up until the moment someone uses it to kill. Oklahoma has no red flag laws or cool off periods after purchasing a gun. In fact, Oklahoma has an anti-red flag law which prohibits the passage of any policies that would address the issue. Preston J. Phillips, MD, is one of the few black doctors in Tulsa, a city that orchestrated a massacre against black residents in Greenwood in the destruction of Tulsa's only black hospital in 1921. And that's another thing that I thought was interesting, and I posted this up on my Twitter account when it happened, that I thought it was interesting that this shooting occurred on the 101st anniversary of Black Wall Street. You know, that happened 101 years ago, and that this happened on that day. According to City Councilor Jamie Fowler, who represents the district in which the Tulsa shooting occurred, the shooter entered the hospital and allegedly told multiple people to clear the area and that he was looking for a Dr. Phillips. While rumors are swirling that Lewis may have targeted Dr. Phillips because of an operation in which his wife died, that has yet to be confirmed. So this was a personal thing. Like, he was personally looking for this doctor because apparently, according to him, this Dr. Phillips must have somehow botched the surgery. And the thing is, stuff like that happens. And I know this from familial experience because I have a family member that unfortunately passed away from a routine operation gone wrong. It's unfortunate that that does happen. At that point, malpractice kicks in. But this guy was like, bump that. This guy, in his mind, in that moment, this doctor killed his wife. In his mind, even further, it wasn't an accident. In his mind, it was murder. So he felt he had to go and do what he had to do and get back at this person. And what better way to do it than at the scene of, in his mind, the crime, which was at that hospital. So that was his motive right there. Now, again, they said the niece was, it was a note that was left by him. But they don't know what's in the note. They said the note is in the hands of the official, so we don't know what this man has read. We don't know if they're going to release this note or whatever the case may be. And I'm sure if they do release it, and I don't know if they will or they won't, it'll go into more detail. And maybe it can confirm if there's suspicions as to why he did what he did. But I want to segue into something right quick that like literally started to irk me when it came to this particular story. So this is a post that I made up on my Twitter account. So I'm starting ahead and I'm working my way back because I'm going to show you, this is the tweet that I posted, but I'm going to show you what led up to me writing this. It says, I'm finding PC is a little excited to find out that the shooter in Tulsa yesterday was black. These are the same people who claim they don't see race, dub S isn't real, but they are making sure to inform me the shooter was black and that some of who he killed were black also. As far as I know, only one was black, and that was the Dr. Phillips in which he killed. I think it was a PC doctor, a female doctor in there as well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you the tweet that I made before this. So here's the tweet that I made on the day of the shooting happening. I said, I, like many black people, I'm sure, find it very interesting that there was a mass shooting in Tulsa today, which is the 101st anniversary of the Black Wall Street race massacre. Of course, we know it kicked off May 31st, 1921 and carried over to June 1st, 2021. So it pretty much lasted 2 days. But I'm going to show you where this conflict started to happen between myself and this PC individual who just came in like a straight up asshole. This person right here, this DC Huntley 2. They said shooter was black, you dumbass. Like, they came in and was just ready to just dump in on me about this person being black. Mind you, at the time we didn't know who it was. There wasn't a name out there. I mean, they said on the local news that he was black, but we still didn't have all the information. It wasn't completely put out there. Then if we scroll down some, I said, where in my tweet did I mention that he wasn't? Like, nowhere in the tweet that y'all just saw up on the screen said that, oh, I bet that he's PC or I bet he's, anything but black. I didn't say that. But they just knew that's what I was talking about or what I was alluding to. Then he says, you probably thought he was white and race related and then gave the eye roll emoji. Why else tweet the connection? Because I feel like I don't even have to explain it. I feel like I don't have to explain. I guess he felt because I said Black Wall Street that I was referring to black people. But this idiot is so damn, needs to be fitted for a dunce cap. But let's continue. I said, oh, you're a mind reader now. Maybe you should go join the Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. And this person says, I'm right. Don't be salty. Plus X-Men are trash these days. I'll pass. And then I said, if you say so, when the conversation pretty much ends right there. There was some other people that tried to, come in and say, oh, the shooter was black. One of the people that he killed was black. I'm like, okay, we get it. And it's crazy because they made it seem like I would not talk about this if this person was if this person was black. Keep in mind, there was another shooting, in case y'all are unaware that occurred in West Virginia, where this black man shot at or into a graduation party in which a woman, and I think she was black, pulled out her pistol and did a one-shot kill. Hit that man one time and he was out. Now, I'm speaking ahead because I do have a video coming up about that, but I'm giving you a heads up. Some of you are already aware of that story, but it's not really being pushed out there like that. But this person came into my mentions, into my comment, and just thought because I mentioned Black Wall Street that I just happened to be talking about the shooter being black, or I'm assuming that the shooter wasn't black, and then you're going to try to say, oh, that's what you were thinking. Now, the reason why I have not blocked this person yet is because I wanted you to see the responses. But you're about to get a privilege of seeing me block them right now. There you go. DC Huntley, your services are no longer needed. They weren't warranted or wanted, but here we are. But yeah, PC is funny like that. They really are. But like I said, they found so much excitement in finding that this shooter was black. They didn't care that this person, the one of the victims, was black, or that this person did what he did. They just cared that he was black. Just like it happened with that cop back in 2020. I forget his name. The black cop. They only pushed that or pumped that out there because he was a black cop, and it was black people that killed him in the midst of all the riots and everything that was going on with George Floyd. If y'all remember what I'm talking about, I can't think of the guy's name. I even talked about that and said that was messed up. He was just doing his job. He didn't expect to get killed that day. But they made it into what they wanted it to because it pushes a narrative. Because see, the thing is, they're in the hot seat right now. PC's in the hot seat with all these mass shootings, and have been for quite some time, and will continue to be. And see, the thing is, this can probably be one of the only mass shootings that, I'm just speaking hypothetically, this could be one of the few mass shootings that happens in 2022 that's carried out by a black individual. And the rest of them that could happen will happen by them. But they'll always reach back to this. Watch and mark my words. Why? How do I know that? Because when what happened in Buffalo occurred, what did they bring up? The subway in Harlem and Waukesha. Is it Waukesha or Waukesha or Waukesha? Someone please let me know, because I swear I feel like I'm always mispronouncing that town's name. Tell me I'm lying though. They always will bring that up, and if that doesn't work, they'll bring up Chicago. It's the same song and dance, wash, rinse, and repeat. They are so transparent. They are very easy to read. This guy right here that I just blocked, that I had the pleasure of blocking, is no different. But I do offer my condolences to, the people that lost their lives in this situation. Something this DC Huntley too did not do. Or some of the others, because I read through some of the threads where people were talking the same thing, the same way he was talking, and I didn't see not one condolence be offered. All they said was the shooter was black. His name was this. He was this age, and they left a note. That's all they talked about. They did not care about the victims, genuinely anyway. All they cared about was the race of the shooter and throwing it in black people's faces. That's it. But these are, like I said, the same people that claim they don't see race, or racism isn't a thing, or white supremacy is all in our heads. These are the same people. The same exact people. The same people that, quote unquote, flipped on Blue Lives Matter with Uvalde, Texas, are the same ones that will flip right back and turn that on switch back, that off switch back on when it came to something like this. And that's my take on it.